Where do these psychopaths go? For the most part, they gravitate towards positions of power, no matter how small. Low intelligence or low ambition psychopaths end up in a life of crime. Average intelligence or average ambition psychopaths look for local small positions of power, like a teacher, a DMV clerk, or a cop. In these positions, they have the power to control others and make themselves feel better by inflicting their will upon others. The more of these people that enter a particular department, the more the rules change to benefit those that have this personality disorder. They may change the promotions to include those that put in the most hours. For those that don't care about friends or family, that is easy. They may have competitions that benefit those that are willing to step on other people's shoulders to get the job done. They may encourage those that are willing to bend the rules for the good of the company. The ends justify the means, or being a team player. Once these people are in positions of power, these people see the cunning in others and know that in order to make the most material wealth, they need sharks that can swim with them. For the normal person, they are not willing to do the unsociable thing to get ahead. They also do not have the desire to control others, much less fight those that seem driven and willing to do the unsociable thing to get ahead. Over time, this social infection takes over not only departments and institutions, but the reins of power. Where do the high intellect and high ambition psychopaths go if they don't fit into middle America? There are three basic kinds of power. The first is financial power. This power attracts those that are chased after financial control or monetary wealth. New York City is an obvious choice to attract this personality from all over the country. As the saying goes, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. The truth behind that is because if you can swim with these sharks, you can dominate the guppies everywhere else. This Gordon Gekko personality can and will do anything for profit. They would literally sell their grandmother to make a quick buck. They lack empathy for suckers they fleece, and they only know that they want more.
See, I find that everybody has a number, and it's usually an exact number, so what is yours?
More.
Each conquest gives them a rush or a high like a druggie. The money is never really the goal. It could be to show off to others who have hurt them in the past. It could be to get a high to fill in a depressing hole in their life. For the highest functioning psychopaths, it is ultimately about controlling and manipulating others. The next kind of power is political power, and it is the power that legislates and dominates others by creating and enforcing dictates on others. Those that seek to control others are attracted to Washington, D.C., where they can secure power in the branches or bureaucracies of government. The Founding Fathers created a government that would protect the rights of all, and restricted itself to creating a level playing field for all to best use their talents and abilities to pursue their happiness. The psychopath elite started to infiltrate and subvert that form of government and turn it back into one that oppresses others for the benefit of the few. Social power is the next power. This power is the ability to manipulate others through suggestion. We like to think that we are free from outside influence, but in fact we are programmed by our socioeconomic status and conditioning. With the power of the media, it is possible to influence others simply by the images and ideas planted into our daily programming. They don't call it television programming for nothing.
What's success for you in this campaign?
What's success? Well, to win is one is the goal.
That's not going to happen.
Do you know for absolute, or you want to bet your every cent in your pocket for that?
Yes.
This attracts everyone from the narcissist who flocks to Los Angeles in search of fame and fortune, to the psychopaths who want to manipulate and control others. This more subtle form of power includes predominantly the entertainment business in Los Angeles, but also the advertising and news business in New York. Increasingly, the computer and information technology in Silicon Valley, and also included in this social power. With this increase in infotainment, the failing social powers of academia and religion become less and less important. This power seeks to normalize psychopathic or unsocial behavior, which is evident in our increasingly lower entertainment standards. Look at every show on TV and the commercials that are run and ask yourself if this elevates humanity or seeks to break it down to make us weak, pathetic, narcissistic, easy manipulated consumers. The combined influence of these three powers gives rise to the final power, which we will cover later. The inevitable result of this devolution is that the true psychopaths that control the paradigm corrupt others to either follow in their path or become immune to the outrage as this becomes normalized. This negative feedback loop will not end until there is a societal crisis, and the inmates run the prison into the ground through looting of the once prosperous system. Political and financial crimes are white-collar crimes that get a different kind of justice than say, a kid smoking a joint. Social power rarely shows the consequences of immoral or antisocial behavior on the person or the victims. They never show the grieving families, dead soldiers, or dead civilians in war, and it masks the true costs of war while glorifying the killing in movies and video games. This psychopathic mentality naturally thrived in a paradigm of unlimited debt, cheap oil, and relative peace. One could afford to cut social ties and take from an ever-increasing pie. The reality of the dollar collapse, expensive oil, and massive decentralization will cause those that are most narcissistic and psychopathic to be shunned from society as their practices are purged from this new paradigm. The very parasitic nature of the psychopath leads to problems that they cannot solve. The only way that they can keep the host alive to feast off of is to convince the productive members of society to embrace their slavery, and in less advanced societies force productive members to serve.
Guys, order another round because we're staying here. What was I thinking going back to Ant Island? I mean, we just got here, and we have more than enough food to get us through the winter, right? Why go back?
But there was that ant that stood up to me.
Yeah, but we can forget about him.
Yeah, it was just one ant.
One ant. Yeah, you're right. It's just one ant.
Yeah, boss, they're puny.
Puny? Say, let's pretend this grain is a puny little ant. Did that hurt?
Nope.
Well, how about this one? Are you kidding? How about this? You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line. That's why we're going back. Does anybody else want to stay? He's quite the motivational speaker, isn't he? Let's ride!
Okay, everyone out! Hurry!
Where's Doc? Has anyone seen Doc?
Whose idea was this? Huh? Was it yours, princess?
Just get behind me, girls. It'll be okay.
Leave her alone, Hopper! The bird was my idea. I'm the one you want.
Where do you get the gall to do this to me?
You were gonna squish the queen.
It's true.
I hate it when someone gives away the ending. You piece of dirt. No, I'm wrong. You're lower than dirt. You're an ant. Let this be a lesson to all you ants. Ideas are very dangerous things. You are mindless, soil-shoving losers. Put on this earth to serve us.
You're wrong, Hopper. Ants are not meant to serve grasshoppers. I've seen these ants do great things. And year after year, they somehow manage to pick food for themselves and you. So who is the weaker species? Ants don't serve grasshoppers. It's you who need us. We're a lot stronger than you say we are. And you know it, don't you?
Well, Princess.
Hopper, I hate to interrupt, but,
You ants stay back!
Oh, this was such a bad idea.
You see, Hopper, nature has a certain order. The ants pick the food, the ants keep the food, and the grasshoppers leave. I'm so proud of you, Flick!
Where are you going? They're just ants!
No! Bad grasshopper! Bad grasshopper! Go home! Yeah!
Come back here, you coward! Don't leave!
To the cannon! Happy landings, Hopper!
The strongmen, the masters, regain pure consciousness of a beast of prey, monsters filled with joy. They can return from a fearful succession of murder, arson, rape, and torture with the same joy in their hearts, the same contentment in their souls, as if they had indulged in some student's rag. When a man is capable of commanding, when he is by nature a master, when he is violent in an active gesture, of what importance are treaties to him? To judge morality properly, it must be replaced by two concepts borrowed from zoology: the taming of the beast and the breeding of specific species. Friedrich Nietzsche.